Portland Community College welcomes you to enjoy this virtual 360-degree tour. We're excited to provide you with this unique opportunity to explore a new work environment. Simply click and drag the video to explore each scene from different angles.
Welcome to Meta Fab. We're a precision sheet metal manufacturing company. Here we are at our 4,000 watt fiber laser cutting center, where a concentrated light beam will cut out flat patterns on this sheet metal here, will be formed up and fabricated into finished parts. Before we can get started fabricating any of our parts, we have to first cut them out of large metal blanks. It's important that operators have a good understanding of software interface to be able to program machines and load different jobs. Similar to the laser cutting center that you just saw, parts that come through Meta Fab have to be punched out of a blank. These machines are using a hydraulic pressure to punch the parts out of these sheet metal sheets here. It uses a punch and a die to knock different shapes out of the sheet metal here. It's important that the operators be familiar with different machine coding, machine programming to load different programs and jobs into the machine, and also being able to do different setups with the punch and the dies. After parts are being done, cut on the laser, they make their way to this department. These are 80-ton CNC press brakes, which apply a force to bend this flat piece of metal into what will become a full enclosure or a box. You can see Jesus is using backstops to allow him to find the right depth to allow the bends to be accurate and precise up to 10,000ths of an inch. With metal fabrication and building things like enclosures, oftentimes you have to assemble hardware and electrical components to that metal. To do that is a process of hardware insertion, where we place PEM nuts, screws, and mounts to sheet metal. Most folks will see themselves here working with your hands, and being able to pay attention to detail is very important. At Meta Fab, we have a machining department that utilizes 4 mills, 3 and 4 axis. Students that are interested in this area might be inclined to learn and become familiar with certain computer-aided programming CAM software. We use MasterCam, it's computer-aided machining. We use that for programming. Also, shop classes where students can become familiar with manual mills, manual drills, and lathes, and understanding geometries around part marking. At Meta Fab, we have a full offering of welding capabilities: MIG, TIG, spot welding, and acetylene. We specifically do precision type welding, where we do fixturing and for repeatability. And so real thin gauge metal, adding a lot of heat. It's important that you get a good, nice, tight fixture for the part so that you don't get a lot of movement in the parts in the heat up and in the cooling process. There's also a lot of post-processing that has to go into cleaning up the welds when you're done. Here we find ourselves in the assembly department. It's important for operators to have a strong mechanical aptitude, important that they like working with their hands and building things, and also being able to follow a set of assembly and instructions. Here we have Seth working on riveting a large medical cabinet that we put together for a customer. now we are in the powder coating department. About 95% of our parts come through here to get a powder coat plastic finish. It's a strong, durable process that coats the metal and protects it from things like corrosion or damage. It's important that you have a good, strong understanding of chemistry and how the plastic particulates can bond to the metal. Metal parts that come through Meta Fab almost always find themselves in our silk screening and pad printing department. This is an area where we apply different artwork, nomenclature, and designs like logos to the parts. We do silk screening on this side here, which you can see Seth working on, pad printing, and then laser etching and part marking, which Darby is working on here. It's a good idea for students that are interested in maybe in this area to have maybe some arts background or some color theory and chemistry to again understand how inks interact with different substrates of aluminum and steel. Also, some computer-aided drafting is important for being able to program some of these pieces of equipment like the laser etcher or the pad printing.
This video was produced in collaboration with PCC's Workforce Development and Creative Technologies team for the On-Ramp to Manufacturing class and was funded through Washington County. If you're interested in exploring careers in manufacturing, we offer short, 2-week classes at no cost to you. Our contact information is in the video description below, and we look forward to hearing from you.